Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? All right, y'all, this is probably the last video I'm gonna do today, man, but somebody else sent me a link. Derek Chisora versus Robert Helenius, they're talking about a rematch. We know they first fought in 2011. Very debatable fight, man. Could have went either way. Chisora was doing a good job of that fight of pushing Helenius back, getting him against the ropes, letting his shots go. Some people thought he was smothering a little bit of his work, but they thought he outworked Helenius in that fight. I edged it for Chisora when I first watched it, but it was a debatable fight. I would like to see the rematch. We know Chisora is coming off a fighter of the year type of fight with Dillian White, the ending of this past 2016. Back then, Helenius was with Sauerland and Chisora was with Warren when they first fight. Now, well, when they first fought, but now they're both with Sauerland. Seems like an easy fight that can be made. Helenius, we know he suffered his first loss when he got knocked out by Duhaupas. That was probably one of Duhaupas's best performances of his career. And since that fight, Helenius, now when Helenius first lost that fight, he was hell-bent on getting right back into the ring. I remember doing a video where I forget which month he lost in. I didn't write it down. But literally, he wanted to get back in the ring like a month later. Like he was hell-bent, and I like that attitude, man. I'm glad he didn't go hiding or, you know, he was so embarrassed he didn't want to show his face again. He was ready to get back in the ring. I remember doing that video. A lot of fans were saying, oh, it's a little bit too soon, things like that. But Helenius was even sparring. He sparred when Fury was getting ready for the rematch with Vladimir. He was going to spar him. I know he got some sparring in with Vladimir himself too. He sparred both of those guys, man. So he's been in the gym. I know he fought, what's the guy's name? Is it Omar Basil? He beat him. He beat Konstantin Erich. That was his first fight back after his loss. You know what I mean? So he picked up 2 victories. And Chisora, his last 2 major fights, at least one judge thought he won the fight, right? The Dillian White fight and the Kirbet Pulev fight. You know what I mean? So Chisora can make for some debatable fights. I still think he has something in the tank, man. I think Chisora still has some good fights in him. So I would love to see the fight. Chisora and Helenius, the last I checked, they're not rated by any of the sanctioning bodies. I could be mistaken. I swear, man, it seems like these rankings, they change like every other week, man. It seems like I'm looking at new rankings, you know what I mean? But the last I seen, though, Chisora was rated by the WBC. And then when the WBC refreshed their rankings, he was no longer in their ratings, all right? Now, when I'm thinking about all this is Adrian Granat has a fight coming up with Alexander Dimitrenko. And I believe they're fighting in March next month, okay? I believe it's next month. I believe it's next month. Adrian Granat was saying that after that fight, he wanted a showdown with Robert Helenius by year's end, okay? So, and it's only February, you know what I mean? So if this fight were to take place in a few months, depending on, you know, if Helenius did lose, I'm assuming how he lost, but seeming his mindset, he wants to get right back in there, man, even after coming off a crushing loss. But even if he were to lose the fight, would he still fight Adrian Granat? And if he beats Chisora, will he want to fight Adrian Granat after that, or will he pursue something bigger? But being that both of these guys are not rated by any of the sanctioning bodies, last I checked, I don't know who he would try to fight next, or if one of these guys will be rated if they win this fight against each other. But Chisora, Helenius, the winner of this fight, I do believe they should be ranked by one of the sanctioning bodies, because there's some guys that are rated in sanctioning bodies. It makes me scratch my head a little bit, man. But I like this fight, though. Rematch, I like this fight. Pressure fighter versus the big, tall, heavyweight. I like the fight. Who would you guys favor in this fight? I would favor Chisora going into this fight. Usually, I like the boxer-puncher guys. Helenius, I think he could be pressured, put against the ropes. And Chisora, I'm telling you, man, when he's motivated, he does show up to fight. You know, if you notice when he's going into fights where it's a journeyman-level guy, he comes in extremely out of shape. But when it's somebody that's, you know, like a 50-50, he does get in shape. And I've seen Chisora on his Instagram account. He's been pretty much, I know he was here in America sparring and training. He's always putting stuff up of him sparring and training, man. So Chisora seems as if he's been in the gym ever since the Dillian White defeat. But what do you guys think about this fight? Do you want to see a rematch? Do you want to see Chisora do something else? Do you want to see Helenius just wait and take on the winner between, well, Adrian Granat he's supposed to win the fight against Dimitrenko, but all that right now is just far down the line. I want to see the rematch. Let's let it go. They don't have any fights scheduled. They had a good fight the first time out, debatable. A lot of people thought Chisora won. They're both under Sauerland, so it's an easy fight to make. If they both want it, let's get it. You know what I mean? Just my opinion. Y'all be easy. I'm out.